Hey guys, this is Namkraft. What's going on? Welcome to This is the Starcraft English commentary. We're going to be watching KCM 2025 Season 3 playoffs today. So after 8 weeks of long and hard-fought battles, we're going to be reaching the climax, at least one of the climaxes anyways. We will have the playoff between Protoss and Terran, and then the winner of that will play against Zerg next week. So once again, after several wanes and weans of the moon, we finally will be at the crossing point. And if you look at the history of KCM, you will know that KCM is not a very balanced league, to be honest. There it is, with 15 Terran winners, 15 Zerg players, but only 4 Protoss winners so far. Can the tides turn this time? Because it's almost autumn, and we all know that in autumn a Protoss player will take the throne, right? The Legend of the Fall is going to be coming. By the way, in my country, we have a very beautiful city that just blossoms during the autumn, and that is the capital city of Hanoi. If you ever come to Vietnam, please go ahead and check out Hanoi. That city is amazing. But do not come in during like normal season, because all of the other seasons are terrible. You need to come in only during the fall. The fall is the best time to visit Vietnam and to visit Hanoi in particular. Anyways, yeah, let's take a look at this game now. Snow versus Light, and it looks like the map Dominator is the map of choice. Oops, excuse me, I need to update the map name. It's not looking very good. Sorry, I'm just fresh off of work here, so I'm a little bit not really organized, so please excuse me. But anyways, how are you enjoying the ASL? I mean, so amazing, right? So far, the quality of game has been just top notch. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I did. Just amazing series of games overall. Next week will be even crazier with bigger names like Bisu and Best and Soma and Lava. Lava once again a previous ASL champion. So we'll be looking forward to his performances there. But anyways, before that, Snow vs Light is a big name. Snow, of course, is the finalist of semi-finalist of this season of ASL, and Light, he won an ASL in the past, right? So he himself is a very strong player. There's gonna be a Nexus coming down, and does Light go for a 2-fact push? It doesn't look like it. I don't see the second factory. I could be wrong because I was not looking at the minimap, but for now, the first factory with additional. Okay, that's a supply depot, so it looks like it might not. That is very standard supply depot. I was gonna say, on this map, if you aggress like what Light is doing and you win, then you're gonna be miles and leagues ahead. Looks like Light has stopped building the marine. He's lifted his barracks, which means that he's gonna be coming out with an expansion. Without being able to scout this expansion from Snow, he's gonna be going for an expansion himself. So things are looking gonna be very good, and Templar Archive is gonna be incoming here after City of Loon is finished. It is vultures first, and I think usually on this map, the Terran player do like to go for that early mine just to completely clear out the path. You can see there's several areas that the mine can get laid around this path, maybe this other path as well. And coming through this third base, it could be another way for you to get along the way. And this is going to be a Dark Templar drop because, of course, Dominator in these spawning positions, this bird flight path is very clear. But it looks like Light might get a little bit tipped off here because he doesn't see Dragoon range. He is not seeing Dragoon trying to attack onto his Marines, and he has made 2 vultures ready and upgrading something with that, with that add-on. Looks like Snow's gonna put a second gateway soon. For now, Snow is on a very limited budget. I mean, this is like freaking goddamn Airbnb or I don't know, a Ryanair, man. He's completely going low cost here, low cost carriers. Except it's not the carriers he's gonna be going for. He's gonna be going for low cost Dragoons, and that's gonna be the second gateway at the front door. We do have 2 vultures and a couple of marines. The vultures will try to get in. We gotta be. I think the vulture speed is what is being upgraded. It looks like Dragoons are returning. Okay, mine is being upgraded first. The mines are coming out, and looks like there's gonna be a push to try to deny the expansion from coming up. But looks like the Dragoons are not attacking, which is gonna completely tip off Light that why don't you have range? And this is why we're gonna be seeing a concentric circles of mines around on this map. By the way, this build from Snow is not like an all-in, because even if he doesn't do that much damage, as long as he keeps one of his Dark Templars alive, he can actually try to take up to to arbiters, and it's a quite fail-safe build. Unless you don't do any damages and all, then it's completely different. But at least if you get about 4 or 5 SCV kill, then it's completely going to be different here. It looks like Light knows that this is something coming on, and he's got eyes and ears everywhere. He's got his engine becoming. He needs to actually go for an armory as well. Armory is what he would, excuse me, not armory, academy. Academy is what he would need to actually scout that. And there's the shadow moving across the map, completely spotted, and Light is gonna respond in kind here. Behind this is gonna be observer coming out, and there are some turrets getting hidden behind engine bay. Light has done all of the right thing. Of course, this is not a reaver drop. This is going to be a data drop. So even if you have turrets, that unit can still go around. Looks like that turret is about to complete. The data need to go to work here. It's need to start to attack, and this engine bay has been destroyed. One of the marines is dead. I need to pull the wick. He picks up both of the forces. Nicely done, very smartly done. There's going to be a data attacking one of the units here. SCV getting destroyed, and some units gonna come across, and that naturally need to go to work on the turret. What is he doing? He is not attacking that turret right there. I guess he fears that there's another turret behind, so it's not gonna go to work for it. Anyways, more mines gonna get cleared. Very, very nicely done from Snow, but he need to go on the high ground. There is I believe there's a turret there, so for now Snow's gonna have to back up. But behind this, of course, multitasking is very important. Snow need to come out with observers to clear the mines to try to expand. Okay, that data player is nicely placed. It's gonna try to go and snipe a supply depot. We have a Goliath though, and let's see if the Goliath will be able to snipe the shadow. I guess not, because that double data player, this data player will kill that turret, and there's gonna be another unit getting some SCV destroyed. Nicely done. If you get about 2 or 5 SCVs kill, then it's gonna be worth it. We need to have scanners coming up soon at some point in the future. Maybe these tanks will start to go for some work on those buildings to try to go for splash damage, and looks like a lot of supply depots are falling fast here. We are not seeing additional turrets at all. No additional turrets. There's going to be some mines getting created. And where's the academy? I think the academy should be coming up very soon. Behind this, Snow has expanded, of course. He's got the build completely worked out. And Light has expanded as well. Not bad. This is not bad at all from Light to go for this kind of a build. But anyways, this is going to be the last attack whatsoever. I think he's going to try to go for some work. The Shadow has died, but I think that has done a lot of damages so far. 2 data plus was able to snipe, I think, about 6 SCVs total, several buildings, supply depots, and whatnot. But now Snow needs to know about that additional hidden base that is being set up by Light at the 1 o'clock position. That's going to be very, very tricky, but he's going to try to clear some mines, some SCVs, and he's going to back up. Observer will see that there's a command center coming up, and he will move all of his Dragoons to that area. The Dragoons will be ahead of the tanks here. The tanks are trying to catch up. I think now Light is going to possibly have to cancel his command center. It looks like SCV will be forced to gonna come down, and can this base get saved? It looks like we might have a counterattack. Counterattack coming on the way here. The command center was cancelled, so now the Dragoon's going to try to go back up. There are only 3 tanks. There are only 3 tanks, and so Snow has sniped the command center at just the right moment. There's going to be a replacement command center. So if the command center from Light gone up, then Snow will be severely behind, but it has not gone up. I think partly by the fact that Light put it up too late. The moment he spotted the data drop, he should have just gone for that, attack right away, I believe, for the command center expansion right away, I believe. It's going to be a lot better. But anyways, we're going to be moving into the mid game now with better classical positioning between these 2 players. 1 tank behind the switch to see. There's a scanner to see if there's a switch into Stargate. We don't see Stargate yet. It's going to be very standard reverse, and eventually Shadow with speed here. There's a starport, and Light is behind by about 40 supply. Despite, with, oh my god, there's a single vulture though. So this is nice, a nice move from that single vulture to snipe about 2 probes, 3 probes now. But anyways, that vulture is going to get taken off the game. It's going to stabilize. Light will expand towards in a 10-30 position. And Snow will try to take the 9 o'clock position, I believe. Zelle with leg is underway. Shadow with speed is underway. Okay, Snow is not expanding very quickly. He needs to be expanding soon, because he doesn't want to allow his enemy to just be on even basis with him. But maybe he's thinking, you know what? I'm just going to try to focus on my game. And my game is fast Shadow, with, as soon as possible attacking onto High Templars, because he doesn't want to die to a Terran push. Sometimes a Terran player likes to do this. He would expand to the 3rd base and use that as a springboard to go out and attack right away. Attack is the best defense, and sometimes, especially in these spawning position, it's kind of very hard. There's Observer getting sniped here. Observer is gonna have to run back. Very, very nicely done. by Light to snipe it, but not that big of a deal. More forces coming out, and Snow is showing to us why he's one of the best players in Starcraft in 2025, as evidenced by his ELO score. Does that evidence that? Snow is... Okay, sorry guys, Snow is not in the top 10. And what am I saying? I'm not so sure what I'm saying, but anyways, I would need to update this for a little bit, but anyways, it's going to be a drop. Nicely done to go for some Zealot. Drop in the backside to kill that unit, and that Shadow's going to get sniped, but it's going to be more Zealot dropping and a Reaver. That Shadow being alive means that he can actually go to work on that tank. When the Reaver takes a hit, but immediately picked up very nicely at the last minute. The Shadow's got speed now. It's going to try to destroy that turret. He's also going to try to go for that. Okay, so we need to get a turret. Once the turret is gone, then that Reaver can roam free. He is trying to attack the turret. The turret is about to fall here. The Reaver will take a few more shots. Where's the tank that is shutting that Reaver? It's not very clear to me where exactly that tank is located. Oh my god, the tank is going to siege up. But luckily for Light, the second tank is not sieging. So there's no splash damage. But now the Reaver is doing so much damage. He will leave the area and just wait here. And it looks like very nicely done from Snow to abuse the map. You need to be abusing this map when you are in despawning positions, because it's just so easy. You fly in, you destroy some turrets, and you open up the way. You know, you might lose a Zealot or a Shadow in the process, but you drive all of the Terran forces back just by the fact that you drive in like that. You fly in like that. But anyways, Light might decide to move out here. Of course, when Light decides to move out, then Snow can concentrate all of his Shadows to help the infantry to support with the defense here. But when the enemies decided not to move out, then he can actually fly in once again for more attacks. So I think overall, this game is going to be won by Snow, and we will have another player coming up. Will it be Sharp, Speed, or Royal? We shall see. For the timing, looks like Light has got, of course, nice upgrades. +1 weapons, I think +1 armor should be coming up soon. Snow needs not pay attention right now. He will take some shots, but anyways, looks like he's going to try to engage. He's going to be very careful. Goliaths are quite large in number, and very good for the Shadow to pull back. He loses, I think, one of the High Templars was... No, he unloaded everything. It's going to be a nice storm onto the double tanks, and a second storm. SCVs are not getting evacuated from this area. There's no second storm. There's a second storm coming along. I think it's going to get deployed soon, and that last tank has died. More tanks supporting from the backside is good, but now Dragoon's going to fall back, and I guess those two tanks can still reach this area a little bit, but not so much, and the game is going to stabilize. 5 bases for Snow and Light with 3 bases. I mean, Snow just need to make sure that he keeps this pressure on and doesn't let go of the gas pedal. And there's going to be no breathing room for Light to come out and attack other bases or maybe go for another expansion. It's very hard. And if Light ever decided to come out here with some vulture harassments, then Snow would just come in with the main army to destroy him. So I think that is going to be the key here. Looks like Light is getting ready to expand to the 1 o'clock position, but he's going to be completely denied, completely shut down there. And Dragoon's going to try to eye this area. There's a single turret, there's a single High Templar to actually check that area. Good storm. High Templar's going to get saved. Inside of the base, these vultures will try to find some openings. I think maybe another High Templar might get sniped. Oh my god, he needs to pick up the High Templars. He's not picking it up. And the last minute, more vultures attacking this base, and probes are going to have to run away. So some nice tactics here. Cute moves from Light, but keep in mind that he is still on 3 bases, whereas the enemy is now on 5, almost to be 6. Alright, vultures have found a nice opening on the backside to attack these areas, so the probes is gonna come off the line, and the game is gonna stabilize. Those double Reavers will do some great shots there. Just Reavers without other Dragoon supporting, but it's still quite good. There are no Goliaths, so those Reavers take even few more shots. He's gonna try to go for the tank, double tank. Well, look at the upgrades. The upgrades have been nicely done on the tank. This is why the Reaver could not do any shot at all. Anyways, those Reavers will take one more great shot, and destroying so many forces on the backside and making the use of the Shadow very nicely. The Goliaths could not snipe the Shadow, and Snow's gonna back out after he trade amazingly on that areas. But forces coming from the low ground. I believe there are only about 3 tanks on this high ground now, so Snow can just completely walk on the ram and come back with his Shadow later when those Goliaths get cleared. As a High Templar with the groups, the High Templar doesn't have the energy upgrade yet, so we shall see. He need to actually cast a great storm to clear both the mines and the vultures. The Command Center is going to get targeted upon. He can actually sack the Dragoon just to kill the Command Center. He thought, oh, looks like Snow doesn't pay attention. I think he should just use all the Dragoons to attack the Command Center, because you actually cannot repair the Command Center when it's not yet finished building. So that was the situation. Anyways, we're having more robotics. Okay, this is the second robotics now, so Templar strategy completely underway. Snow is showing it to us that even if Barracks is a good player, he would just completely eat Snow's crap here. Building cannon here is a great idea to slow down the Terran army. Be careful, there's going to be a mine drag. The shuttle is going to fly in once again. Ooh, that's going to be a nice mine hit. Zealot dropping these tanks just to buy some splash damage and trade well. There's going to be a great storm on the SCVs to damage them all. More dropping. Goliaths could not go to work fast enough. And one of the shuttle will saves itself. And he will back up in behind with the support of the cannons. 6 bases coming up to 7 bases for Snow. Light on 4 bases. Very, very nice macro-oriented game. But it's looking very hard for Light. Light is still on 1-1. He should be on like 2-2 by now. If he is looking forward to winning this game. Not that upgrades matter against Storm anyways, but, you know, at least he need to be doing something. Anyways, what are we saying? Alright, hold on. Never mind, just looking at something on my screen, but anyway, things are looking good now. 161 supply for Snow, Light 139. Very, very nice opening so far by Snow. And another beautiful night, or I guess morning for some of you to enjoy Starcraft. Double Shuttle moving towards the top right corner map, looking for that opening against the 1 o'clock position. These vultures are doing great damage. I think Snow need to make like a second cannon here. Why not? Why does he only have 1 cannon? That is so strange. That is very, very strange. But Snow is setting up a huge ambush squad here at the 130 position, ready to dive in. Snow should be maxed out very soon. Observer will check, but there's so many Goliaths. There are like 1,000 Goliaths, so I think that's gonna be a signal for Snow to just chill the hell down. He will no, don't do it, He will come in anyway. He gets at least 1 Zealot up, but he doesn't get anything up at all. That was a mistake, man. When you see that many Goliaths, why do you engage? A tank will unsiege now, so no more splash damage on that forces, and Snow has bled about 30 supplies worth of forces in that attack. I think now Light has sensed something. He has smelled blood, and he will move across the map here. What about Snow's replacement High Templars? Are they ready? He's got a few. He's got about 3. Light is pushing across. His army upgrades are great. 2 and 1. He's got only about 166 supplies. So this is not really the top-notch kind of army compositions, numerical and quality to actually take on the Protoss army head-on. But he's gonna try. Better than sitting at home like a sitting duck, right? Snow's gonna try to reposition himself. He's got enough forces. There's gonna be some scientists looking to go over some nice EMP here. The Dragoons will actually try to clear and slow down the tank as much as possible, and just buy time for Snow to re-max out. He's got a lot of forces reinforcing on this other side. Light is treading on dangerous water. Usually, this is around the time that Terran die. Right, because they overpush, they don't have adequate mines and turrets defense. They eat a lot of, they eat a lot of storms and in clumped up position like here. Forces coming from various angles, and that angle is terrible for Light. Several storms get casted here, but the vultures get cleared up first. But more storms coming from the backside, and like I just told you, this is a moment that Terran will die. He would overpush, doesn't spread out the tank so much, and he trades terribly. And even if Snow loses all of the forces, the game is still won by Snow. Definitely won by Snow, because he can just remake a ton of forces, and mainly Zealot. Zealots are so cheap, and looks like Light has retreated. Light has says, you know what? I don't have enough to actually take you on right now, so I will retreat. So that is smart. Smart, but it's not enough. It's definitely not enough here. And even if Snow has like 10 or 11 idle probes, it's fine. Looks like Light has regrouped, and he comes up from this right flank. He's behind Snow by about 40 supply, but sieging in that position was terrible. You can see that Snow had an observer trailing. He knows he smelled blood. When he sees Terrans, sieging up in a terrible position, he knows that was the moment to engage. Anyways, now we're going to be seeing the 5th base coming up for Light at the 130 position, and the 8th base coming up for Snow at the 1030 position. Is that 8 bases for Snow? Let me just quickly do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's right, 8 bases. There's going to be attack against this base now. I think the plan here for Snow is to clear this area, so there's going to be no fast and easy way for Light to come and attack his 1030 position. Beautiful storm and great trades. This is the kind of trades that Protoss love. Amazing trade. Another storm on the big clump of tank on the backside would be very, very good, but at least we don't see it. But at least Snow clears out several tank line, and all of the forward tanks have been destroyed. The barracks and the forward turret is also gone. Snow can come back with more forces. He needs... Okay, there's going to be a drop. Not a bad idea. Late game drop is a good idea for Terran, especially, towards the bases that have fresh minerals, incoming. So that's going to be the case here. I think I would not, mind it so much that now Snow go for some kind of Reavers. Reavers be great now. It's going to come up with a lot of Zealot. The drop from Light has not been executed. These tanks have not yet been repaired from the previous engagement. And now there's going to be more storms coming through. And great splash damage on some of the SCV Dragoons. We'll try to clear some of the tanks on the backside here. Very few SCVs remaining. Snow leading by about 70 supply. Where's the drop from Terran? I think it's back there. There you can see it. It's right here. This is a drop, and it's not actually reaching the probe line for now, so I'm not so sure exactly what is the plan. At some point, Light would know about it. He lost his shuttle. Where's his shuttle? He had a dropship there, but it's no longer with the group. But anyways, looks like Light has forgotten about his drop, which is kind of unfortunate because he could actually use a drop distraction right now. There, he knows about it. He will siege, and these probes will be moving towards the expansion. Light has got now, Snow doesn't have anything to think about right now anyway, so it's gonna come out and clear that area. Great drop. And he would drop against his 130 position. There's only one tank and 10 vultures and a turret. And a lot of SCVs will fall. Great storms and amazing trades. Now Snow is leading by 60 supply. After that engagement, this base will fall, but maybe Snow would not mind so much. I mean, he's trading so nicely. More attacks coming through. Like I mentioned to you, Snow really want to take care of this 1030 because if we can actually clear that base out, even if it doesn't have any more mineral patches remaining, then Terran will have no easy access to hit this 1030 position. But he's forced to kind of seed that area now, and he's gonna have to fight back and he remake his nexus. Anyways, the attack on this high ground is not a bad idea. Just to walk blind Zealot onto the line here and do some splash damage on the SCVs. Another great storm. Good pullback though, as Shadow's gonna pick up some forces with a Reaver to go to work on those tanks. Those tanks are really damaged, and high ground advantage for Snow. 22nd minutes of the game, and keep in mind that this entire series you have not seen any ads in the middle of a video, only the beginning of the video you have seen it. So if you enjoyed that, feel free to buy me a coffee. The link to that is going to be in the video description. You will join these amazing gentlemen and girls, mostly gentlemen, there are no girls. That was Mr. Thomas that you have seen, but there are other fans. I shall not mention their names right now because there's going to be some amazing actions happening soon. On screen, SCVs are forced to run away. These shadows don't have anything though. This is completely a bluff here from Snow. He will lose one of the shadows, and that is that. But is this game almost but over? I think it's quite over. It's quite over. Of course, there's just gonna be a few loose ends, a few knots that Snow need to tie to actually seal the deal. But he's completely in a winning position here, and not many SCVs mining enough for like some engagement on this other side. Snow need to stop doing this kind of just ground attack only. He need to always combine his forces together with shadows. But he's trading well, so that's fine. And in this position, he's clearing several tanks. Okay, he's forgotten what are the tanks. He gets it. He gets a tank, not bad. He will remove these areas from the equations. 180 supply for Snow, Light down to 100, but Snow's next shuttle, fleet will start to come out soon. I shall see. Anyways, these tanks are looking very strong. And looks like Snow is not. Okay, he's got a few Zealot and a few Dragoons. He can go for some attacks here and need to actually gain a high ground advantage soon. Goliaths are pulling back nicely. Dragoons would actually go to some great shot, but there's a shuttle. So he's going to be waiting for the rest of the Zealot to walk out there. And sieging in the wrong moment, the shuttle flies in. He's got a lot of high templars. He's able to unload 2 high templars only, and he will cast the rest of the storm on those tanks. So this cute move from Light has been shut down. GG from Light. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.